this is even more pressure because if you lose today, you will be eliminated and your dreams of ascending will be over. I mean, we spoke a lot about these comps already. How do you guys feel about them?
I really hope that FAMSI today plays as usual and not like yesterday, because I feel the pressure is on him, and yesterday he felt it a lot, too much maybe.
Yeah, warm a bit quicker into the game.
Exactly.
Yeah. Start a bit hotter.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think FAMSI is the one to look at on the Dynasty side, especially on that Neon, because you're basically all or nothing on Neon, I feel like, especially on a map like this, where he hasn't got that initiator util around him. He's going to be going in solo or self-initiating a lot of those situations.
Yeah, and this is where I think we really did credit the star players of Starkso and Kada.
Kada was amazing on this map. He was so, like on the defense, he was going out, breaking kill rate turrets, flanking every single round. It was really beautiful to watch.
And I also really like their vibes too, because for people that don't remember, you know, you might see your Sufa BB, you see your Boaster dancing on stage, but it was Starkso. Starkso was dancing on stage before we had an audience, you know, in Masters Berlin back in the days. And I think that could really potentially be a difference maker if he's hyped and happy again today.
Yeah, the hype in a match like this, an elimination match, could change the vibes of the team.
Yeah.
Like, it could bring you to win rounds that you shouldn't win.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
That's the way to think and to act like a player and
Yeah,
a
I think
leader.
Starzo is like the perfect player. I think I said this day one, the perfect player to have in a situation like this where they do have two new players coming in. There's no pressure whatsoever. He's got that vibes and leadership to bring them over.
Well, thank you very much, you two. I've got a treat for you guys and you guys at home, because taking a break from competing on the battlefield, it's Pansy and Hypog joining us in the studio.
We've been exposed.
Yeah, we have.
We've
been caught.
exposed.
We've been caught. You know, there's not much more to be said about it.
Moving swiftly on.
Siege of Cairo, though.
To the series, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Siege
No,
of Cairo cast is what you're referring to.
that's what I'm
Yes,
talking about.
yeah.
But kind of let's lead in with this, because for Dynasty, obviously we've kind of been on board with these guys for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Followed their route to this point. But Job Life has some big names, but also that whole they weren't even meant to be here sort of thing. This is a second chance at it.
Yes.
It's still a lot of threat here.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely a talented roster.
Oh, yeah.
I think probably almost one of the disappointments to not see them, obviously, say organically get here.
Sure.
Through
Let's say it that way.
orthodox routes, but
Yeah.
still a lot of talent on this roster, and I think still the expectation remains, to be honest with you.
I think so. When I see those names there, I hold them to quite a high standard.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, outside of that, Dynasty for me, very, very impressed so far, but yeah, previous series,
Oh, that
certainly
worried
a
me.
concern. Just because it felt like they'd gone against something that
We really liked.
it was so obvious the intention behind, and it really did work for them. FAMSI, as the desk have already alluded, certainly going to be a focal point, one more in terms of this performance. So Starzo looking to get ahead of this, but
Lovely work from Starzo to even be able to play out his life to this extent, and FAMSI being quite ambitious on this. He's seen some real success on that frenzy, but Steven's barely alive after all of that. Does walk away on about 11 HP.
double flank coming through though. Shin and Kada here very early on, and Ty-C, I believe, is missing
it's
across
creamy.
here. Yeah, he's gonna
So
fall.
low. That's so tough as well. He was on barely anything. There's been a lot of damage here, but Waddle, again, very, very good player. No
Last
util at
player
this point, and that
standing.
wrap is on the way. Too many angles to worry about at this point. He's trying to just tuck himself into a corner, find some isolated duels, not going to happen. Job Life with that fast flank looked fantastic there. Having that pressure instantly on the back lines worked very, very well for them.
And I think certainly the early rounds here on Haven is something that's going to be relied upon to hopefully see the adjustment, because after that first series we've seen Dynasty kind of stack up more towards FAMSI. You want to make use of the pressure at least that he's been creating, even if we've not seen that reflected numerically in his performance. We were commenting on the spacing being much better and their ability to capitalize on at least his pathing forwards. Certainly want to see the back line addressed here. See how the bias, yeah, I mean, everybody investing something into this. Two Stingers alongside fairly well invested rifles, but
Yeah, full up. No, and I quite like what the desk was saying as well, though, about this being a must-win for Job Life. This map is firmly
enemy mode. Yeah,
on
I
their
think as
side.
well with Dynasty, the way they performed on Abyss, you'd certainly think that way as well. FAMSI shut down here. 5 stars over the ping actually in response here. Stonesy's the one to capitalize.
Yeah, this is sick from Job Life. Not looking all that phased by this buy-up. Creamy's done some serious damage out of nowhere. There shouldn't be anything beyond this, though. You've got some decent weaponry now in effect. They're going to be able to maintain with 3. Dealt with that investment in the second round. I'm impressed with this. Again, Starkso ticking the box here for me. Always good under pressure, it looks like. Has solutions. Doesn't look phased at all.
So as soon as that recon actually pings back onto some of the Job Life players, again, maybe a chance to catch them off guard with this purchase, but it amounts to nothing. So a big win in round 2, actually, to then further reset the economy of Dynasty. Again, basically have a round in hand in terms of this first ult cycle as well.
Anti-Ecos, though, had been plaguing some of the previous teams. Let's see how Job Life handled theirs.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, it was Dynasty that was feeling the brunt of that. But they still had I mean, not full... Ooh, hang on a sec. Tyson says so quickly.
Yeah, but he's lost control of long. I know you can take some bigger gambles when you're doing this sort of thing. Is going to get caught in this, and Famzy, there it is. That's a great start for them. Look at those Seavoff, safe pair of hands on that B side, not going to allow them to really build much beyond that initial pick. As Famzy, the last one alive, obviously position was noted earlier, so there shouldn't be too many surprises. Does give himself an upgrade, but Shin playing very safe here. Actually, goes back for a look.
Gun here.
One away, obviously with the force in round 2. It's not going to have a massive impact in terms of the finances here, but I mean, stars are down at 350, which is ideal if he can find another kill, but Seavoff actually the one to shut it down. 4 on the round for him with the Guardian. Just 2 off the Rolling Thunder now, so early progress towards the Initiator ultimates. Get a real chance here for Starzo to get caught off guard with, I believe who was it, Stonesy taking all that control on long. Icy way ahead of expectations.
I think that's something they might want to explore deeper down the line. Obviously, you can't really do it back-to-back here, but the buy's back in place, so it's always that extended bonus now for Job Life. Maybe a plan in mind on this one, but they do have some reinvestment, so certainly not going to be taking that lightly. Again, deep pressure down A-long. Really good stuff here from Stonesy. I like to see it, again, setting some sort of expectations on this, but an instantaneous lean towards B.
Giving that damage onto Kada immediately. Going to see them descend upon the B side. Starzo trying to catch Tyson on the TP away, but Stonesy, he's found Creamy and Tag.
Yeah, I was complimenting the positioning earlier, but getting the reward as well. Pressuring the backlines, quick rotation around, and now focusing on that front side of B. Already clearing the smoke. You can see Shin a little curious in case someone had wrapped Garage, but no, not the case at all here. Still has Paranoia, smoked up deep towards window. There's Waddle, Tyson, and Famzy. You're going to have to try and make something out of this, but there's a lot of players against them. Smoke from Famzy on the first, but now stuck it towards the corner. It's Stonesy again. That's his 3rd already this round, finally starting that defuse. And he'll want to get him off this. They're trying to buy the time. Great work from Famzy there. Tycy as well, all involved in that.
I'm not sure where the dart actually ended up going. Did it sit inside the smoke that was still on the choke point, but luckily able to find the spam here. So the last player from Job Life, Stonesy. One of 2 crucial kills early on in this round. Also just so tagged up that can't stand their ground, protect the defuse from coming few.
Quite a mirrored affair here, actually, between Stonesy and Famzy, if we're looking at impact already. Ults on both sides, but Bucky for Famzy. Maybe looking a little bit more directed approach. It looking like he wants to get this one started with a bang. Two on the other side, hold on. Yeah, Paranoia did come in and gets denied on that. I think the ult got burnt too, so that's a big pick from Shin.
Just nobody following through here because of the Paranoia. It stops them in the choke point. Shin actually TPing across to the left side here, completely catching Famzy off guard. And there was a ping on the recon, so a chance maybe to just pause for another second or so. Creamy will spot the drift into mid. 4v5 to be recovered for Dynasty. A very shallow drone from Waddle as well, conscious of that presence shown previously from Stonesy. Elsewhere though, Shin will fall.
Oh my god, they've got to check on this surely. There was a chance they were walking out middle earlier and they've not checked. Stonesy! It was a bit laboured on that first attempt, but these kind of rewalks with a man advantage from Job Life has actually cost him a lot of space here. I didn't mind maybe that sitting into the pocket potentially, but it felt like it was across the map. correct read, though, on the rotation.
Shadows traveling.
Starzo and Seavoth both tucked into spawn right now, so see sight for the taking. Waddle actually deep in this lurk.
Tyc might get face checked, he does. Now there's problems, actually. Tag!
Okay.
Looking cool under pressure. I gotta say it there, in my eyes, Dynasty just kind of making the most of what was given to them after a great start from Job Life.
Yes. For two players not to clear you in this corner, it's really unfortunate. Stones is not able to find further value here. But you're right, almost missing the expectation that who was it previously that walked? Was it Shin or was it Seavoth that walked out
Shin
outside
walked down
of
C
B?
long.
Somebody was caught kind of glancing outside
I
B.
think it was Seavoth in that one. I think. Could be wrong, but again, it's those sort of things where it's like you've got that man advantage. I don't think they had to pressure it further. I think they were fine where they were, but
big investment here.
yeah, this is huge, and Stonesy's not going to get much play on this one. Again, it's quite a passive position coming out from Tag. And all in the meantime, they're looking towards A. Starkso may be the one to do some sort of impact on this, but he's the trap waiting in sewer. And they're not really passing this way. Big ult as well. Mike, they are investing everything.
Yeah, huge investment here at the start of the round. The Paranoia came out to enable Stonesy down C long, and the Rolling Thunder thrown out preemptively just to bail out Kada, but the reclearance here from Job Life might be caught on the retreat.
It's all about timing now, isn't it? And Creamy's, it's either a dream or a nightmare, and actually they're going away from this. This feels like they're just kind of fully resetting the pace for Dynasty.
Well, Seavoth will reveal his position here. A couple of shots and a couple of steps. Waddle should be able to sniff out Stonesy here.
Hello.
I just caught a hand, yeah. I think if Stonesy stayed crouched there, he would have potentially hidden from that. It didn't look like a full clearance on the corner.
And I like this insert, though, coming out from Creamy. This idea that they've heard the rotations, but the problem is the Starkso's still holding this with a judge. There was an opportunity for a second, couldn't quite get it towards Tyc, just a little too far away. Big information, now they're backfilling the site. The hesitation costing Dynasty here. Shin gonna find Tag, Tyc wins the fight though, opening up long. It's Creamy now, playing out of sewers. A quick grab on the rifle, Stones is back in. 10 seconds, it's getting dangerous. Waddle up against Kadabra. 9 seconds, he wants a plant, but Kadabra is lethal.
Planted.
Sheriff in hand here, Waddle. And more Util going to slip onto the angle. Will find the kill as well. An awkward exchange here for the A site, almost finding themselves falling short versus this anti-eco.
One
It's
enemy
a very bold TP from Tyc, but at least breaks the sight lines for Seavoth. A sigh of relief from the coach booth there to tie things up 3 apiece. Stonesy now back on the operator. Seen him do a lot of work this week.
Leave no trace of them.
Already, Dynasty have got themselves in a fantastic position for the ultimate. Only missing Famsies.
Ooh, an aggression off the rip. Here we go. And a fight found for Shin. Does get traded out by Waddle in the end, and it looks like they want to scale up fast. You can see the TP taken. Tyc way deeper on the line, and Seavoth looking like he was desperate to make up for that sight loss, wanting to get some space back on towards A. This feels almost like a read, knowing that operator coming online here was a high chance potential for it, and Kadabra, I think, knows this one's kind of done. Pinning this really great pace towards A.
Especially with the operator in play. No surprise to see Job Life give this one up as soon as the spike comes through. At least as soon as the sight has fallen. Yeah, don't believe Stonesy's taken a shot, so at least the operator purchase won't be noted. It was a glass cannon. At least anticipating the possibility here. Only going to take the Hunter's Fury and the TP out from Dynasty, so still have that combination of the lockdown and the pit to potentially secure a site in the next round.
This does just feel quite indicative that they're well prepared for this, though, Dynasty. If they know that Stonesy, as you said, he's been quite, I don't want to say notorious with it, but he's done really well with that operator until now. If this is something they've expected and maybe, you know, reading into the economy well, and they've just gone for that fast A piece, very well handled.
Yeah, because I mean, Stonesy's been the one that's been the most aggressive towards A long in terms of positioning. Able to put the Hunter's Fury to good use here. We'll see a Job Life timeout. Maybe there's something spotted the coaches didn't like.
Again, we talked about this being a must-win, right, for Job Life. This is a big map for them, one of their more favoured ones, one that they can sit on with comfort.
Did I see it right at the start? Both teams sit around 70% win rate here, so not necessarily teed up for a guarantee for sure. But I think, yeah, I agree with what Minnie said. It feels like this has to start confident from Job Life, and it has to be a map win. I don't think anything else really favours them as we go further. And that's just purely based on, I mean, my perception of how Dynasty played on Abyss, to be honest with you.
I'm with you there. Job Life did manage to get past Enterprise here on Haven as well. That was a 13-11, so not completely adverse to some closer games. It won't be the first time they'll be pressured, but I think the worry is, considering that it was like an extended bonus, right? If you kind of remember, there was that forced buy in the second. Once we've got to these gun rounds, it has been a Dynasty show. So that's where I'm a little bit worried if it continues in this fashion, if they don't find the correction. And this is where I want to look at the coaching staff, see how well they can provide them with maybe some tools here to get them out of this rut that they might get in.
Well, I think Dynasty are going to lean heavily into these two ultimates here. If they can get some freedom through lobby, the problem being Seavoff set up here for a fault line, and Stonesy's looking to get onto that angle very early with the op.
Let's see how it goes for them though. There it is, set up for the angle. You should just get ahead of the wall. The lockdown invested
Very shallow.
Already. Yeah, this might just be for Stonesy at this point, but he's still got his man. And we'll get away from this. They're still going to try and continue the hit though, but it's shallow as you highlighted. There's problems backside. Starks are rewarded. Ticey can only do so much. So Tag and Creamy now left in a world of trouble. This is clean work coming up from Job Life. The correct resolution to their problems. Tag a 1v3. Oh, they're not going to find its target. Tag now spotted. Can't get away. Stonesy going to shut down the account and get the even scoreboard building.
Big gamble just to throw the lockdown into at least give them some progress towards the site. But Waddle's caught off ahead of this wall. I think as well, I noted I think a molly was sent down by Tag, but doesn't fully clear that area. And the timing on Starzo's dart here just makes it so difficult for Famzy to find a kill on site. Fortunately, burnt up an ultimate here, and Job Life will capitalise tying things up for a piece. Dynasty not shying away from this fight for A though, an operator in the hands of Famzy. Try and challenge that, we'll find the tag. Starzo down to 20.
I don't know if that was confirmed damage or not, but it's still done, right? So it's Starzo who's going to be walking away a little worse for wear. A very different pace at the beginning, no further pressure towards A. A little bit of a check behind that wall, but
they're immediately going to try and fake off some util on C here.
Take flight.
Maybe Ticey going to show the operator, and the sound cue alone will indicate it's still Famzy. Shin's got fairly good info that nobody's going to make progress here. The camera's dealt with by the shock, and I think that might be an indicator that
right here.
Dynasty want to rotate towards us, Lauren.
now Starzo still has ult, Kadavra and Shin, so they're not really up the creek yet. They're playing very deep offsite. They've kind of given away the access point here, taking a bit of a gamble, sure, but there we are. So side take in, no resilience found. Job Life will get the opportunity to play this retake with 5 standing.
Welcome to my world.
Fit down to cut off Garage as well, actually spread into Garage, so Decay going to take effect very early on.
Planted.
No coverage on the spike though.
Who's on long now? It's going to be Tag and Ticey. The Job Life, do they go into the pit? You feel like they can't, right? So it's like, where do you funnel through? Banking on this to really help matters, and it might. Waddle's gone down. This is the go up. This is the chance. Kadavra's going to follow towards Famzy now with 3 left on site. Ticey trying to play the back of this, but gets position revealed. Kadavra with another body dropped. Just Creamy left alive, and down on 33. This is a lot to ask for. Job Life finding solutions when it didn't feel there were any.
Walking through the blender here. Again, the setup here for Dynasty to fully address this retake coming from CT, but the Hunter's Fury just does so much damage to not just find the kill, but disrupt some of these positions that Dynasty want to fight to the death for. Like I said, they haven't got the pit to rely on. There's no coverage on the spike, and unfortunately in that situation, too many bodies to overcome. For Creamy in the clutch. Great response found by Job Life.
Well, since that timeout, it's 2 rounds, isn't it? They've done exceptionally well here. It feels like the adjustments have been perfect. What does Dynasty do here? Still with the buy in hand. Starting to wane a bit, though. Light shields, Guardians. No ults to lean on. deeper look, deeper line for Stonesy to hold down long.
Toxin screen down.
Not mistaken, first time Canada's going to commit towards playing off some of these trips. They've previously been drifting in and out with Shin. Cam dealt with again, so going to need to see an adjustment on that if DSY continue to punish this utility investment.
Shot down.
On the first, so maybe not anticipating the placement of some of these trips, but Famsi going to go forward.
Oh,
Just a little too quickly.
You can see them really trying to clear that util. The shock dart sent in.
I think he's just worried about it. Once he gets out of the choke point, he's exposed to so many angles.
This problem on the other side. You've got a nice push and pull here between Job Life. You've got a really solid hold on that C site, an active operator as well. Should go to the space that's been given up towards Sewer. It has, and there's the note on it. Stonesy again, still finding rewards here. Individually pushing this man is a death sentence. As Tycee, not much more to be done here for this man. Might be time just to try and back away if he can. I don't know if he's even given that grace.
Try and TP inside the smoke here. Maybe a chance for a remove a weapon or two, but operator will be recovered. Yeah, it's tough for Famsi again. I think relying on the shock dart, finding one, maybe some of those default placements. It's an awkward trip off to the left. But still caught off guard here by Kada.
Yeah, and a timeout coming through here for Dynasty. There
Eerily quiet.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like...
I was waiting for the music. But timeout, and a necessary one. It's been 3 in succession, and they haven't really been able to find an answer to this operator placed towards A, this now more active hold from Cadaver as well, working off the trips as you highlighted. First time we really see him active towards backside, and it was the perfect read on it. As much as Waddle tried to set Famsi up for success there, simply couldn't clear that util deep enough.
I mean, really, yeah, because the emphasis is on Waddle to force Stonesy off some of these early angles. There's no flashes or anything. I mean, Famsi can potentially catch him with a stun, but a lot of it relies on kind of brute forcing into some of these early pressure points of the map. And Stonesy's just kind of running away with that.
That's a great read from Stonesy as well, to be able to kind of position himself in this first couple of rounds. Weren't all that comfortable in that glass cannon, wasn't able to get involved, but found a really nice way to play this out. You've seen that kind of comfort on playing A too. Once again, right place, good adjustments here. Could feel a lot of the pressure early, but let's see how he fares with this. Could be pacey, seeing the stingers come through. It looks like an early attempt to try and disrupt this C site.
See where Kada's going to end up. I think probably thinking about readjusting his cam, like I said, been dealt with a few times now. Just going to place it on default. Tuck himself back into garage. The TP's going to come through immediately. Tycee, but again, Stonesy teed up. Famsi will fall off rip. And Dynasty just cancel altogether.
Can't deal with him. They don't know how to get around him. He seems omnipresent at this point. Shin playing safe here, trying to not give too much away, but actually Tag slipped ahead. And just a bit of chip there, though. So Shin gets to keep his life. Very frustrating for Tag. He actually goes back for more, and he's got...
Tag, that is clean with the stinger.
How have you pulled that off? And he's got to know that Shin was around as well, so that's a good amount of information, probably spurring on this walk up here, but the timing on when to Starkso leave, now this is good timing. Should hear the owl drone, though.
Just on the perfect time for the smokes as well. Starzo looking for a spam, still got good util to do some chip damage here. Tag. Desperate to probably try and recover that rifle and slip into a lurk. But the timing's got to be essential because there's no util for the flank yet. I don't think that turret's going to spot. They have to be cognizant of this.
So, yeah, Tag does get the upgrade, but you're right, it's all about timing. That plant's not even particularly for him. All going to be invested. Stonesy does get caught by Waddle, but again, it's all for time purchase on site here.
They've traded places.
Yeah, you're right. And now you can see the speed up. Starkso could get caught on this. This is where it gets a bit dangerous. Has a little peek through the smoke, finds Creamy. Tag, though, on the trade. Now it gets tough for Waddle to find position. Not really planted for this spike. Still needs to get involved here. Diffuse is coming in. You've got to get in this one. Try and deny it. You can't. Shin. Safe as houses in the end. Not dangerous, but a really good answer back from Job Life.
It's the awareness in terms of Tag being so disconnected here and the turret not fully covering that cross into lobby. I think Tycee's probably another few seconds away from realizing There's a lack of pressure on site. There's got to be bodies elsewhere for Job Life. Unfortunate to see that one fall apart because Tag's done fantastically well to trade off that kill from Famzy and create a bit of a gap for them to work with. Like I said, pulled a rotation almost immediately.
Odin to try and maybe allow Famzy in, but Cadaver too comfortable. Like didn't feel an ounce of pressure from that, and a big adjustment actually. Starzo being the one to be playing through from Garage now as well. Now Famzy are missing a lot of that punch on that side take.
Sivov does have the Rolling Thunder, so maybe setting up a retake elsewhere. I don't think Shin's noted, but TP's to safety. They probably anticipated. Tag looking to find another kill in window.
Oh,
Gather's timing.
That's unreal. To find the follow-up too on Ticey. Oh, this is rough stuff coming out from Dynasty. They just can't catch a break. Job Life are in full control here. And Creamy just being pushed around the map. The penny drops. Darkzo now knows there's a chance he slipped back sight. Yep, there it is. Player spotted. Spike's still down. Do some work here though, but stand up, man. How much can he achieve?
30 seconds left. Starzo going to rip any hopes away and seal the deal on an 8-4 half here, Lauren. Fantastic display from Job Life, and Dynasty fortunately struggling a little bit to be versatile in this first half. But we'll have to find out if they can fix that in the second half right after this break.
Be still.
Well, I think we've kind of learnt why this map has been certainly a home territory for Job Life here. Yes, Dynasty have got their own records in this map as well, and certainly not out of their wheelhouse. But the adjustment coming in from Job Life was fantastic. Again, Stonesy, highlight there. I think you mentioned it very early in that first half, and we saw it rewarded mid to late after that timeout. Couldn't really fault it. The Dynasty work is cut out now. They need to turn up, or it feels like this is going to be an uphill struggle.
Creamy will be tested here, tries to spam off a little bit, but Stonesy still finds the entry.
Struggling
Faster.
Yeah. Oh,
He stopped Ticey from getting onto the plant as well. So early on, 2 casualties.
nah.
Got a half.
Got a half. That's pretty solid, but the smoke's gonna... Okay, yeah, this just feels weird. What are we up to here? Famzy doesn't even get a chance.
It almost seems like let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Timing on the smoke maybe just hindering them ever so slightly, but it'll be Job Life finding the pistol in the second half.
One enemy remaining.
Hasty take from Job Life here. See them a little more frugal in the round 2 purchase here from the first half.
Breaks
Got a bit of a buffer in terms of a round score here, but 2 full rifles at least.
Yeah, Shin and Stonesy going for that. Now, look, we're not expecting the most out of just classics, but you never know. We've seen stranger things in this tournament. But slow, steady walk up long, leaving, I think it's just Creamy on the other side of the map. So by all rights, Job Life should be teed up to do very well. They pop down a smoke to help them out, but I think this one might be a lost cause by the time they've contacted pretty far up C, even just with that owl drone. Got a lot of control and very little resilience, so you're kind of feeling you've got the right read.
Yeah, going to be able to comfortably set up towards long here for an open plant ahead of the wall, so no safety net for Dynasty to try and find something cheeky once more.
I mean, no one sat on sides all long. I guess it's hard to bring those classics down here, though.
Trice is only going to have one smoke as well. Probably just going to give this one up. Don't want to give any further progress across to Job Life this early string of rounds.
I see the trade out there of the Vandal, so maybe Stonesy going hunting with just that Ghost.
Yeah.
Quite like that. Sivov joining as well, and he's only got the Stinger, so I actually quite like that.
What, Stonesy, a kill or two here and a death.
Oh, Stonesy. Oh. You got to enjoy that one. Now, what, one away?
Yeah.
That's brilliant from him. Lovely, lovely shots. And I think for Dynasty, they were probably halfway thinking about the next round.
I'm going to see if Stonesy can make the play for the orb on long here. Could offset this bonus nicely. Full shields across the board here. Stonesy actually going to throw a rifle in, so he's sitting at 21 and 7.
Oh, he's having a game.
Next closest is 12 on Stars. Nobody else breaking double digits yet. Certainly doing majority of the legwork here on Haven to get Job Life up to 10 and in a really good position to close this out.
Shin taking a little bit of spam early on, it looks like, maybe just through from B. But Dynasty just look a little out of it at the moment. For a contact walk up middle from Job Life again. Good timing for Creamy on this, but oh!
Spike down.
All right,
mid.
Creamy, that's a shot. Maybe a little bit of a reminder, but still, there's problems. Tag, good shot again, but he's still alive, and Stonesy being one of them will always maintain threat, so tries to get over towards the other side by Platt, but here turns the flash, comes out just fine. Good control.
One enemy remaining.
A little laboured on the follow-up, but he should know that Sivov's here still. 1v3, a lot to ask for. And not going to happen, so Dynasty not out of it yet.
Still going to have that boom to the finances for Job Life. Again, Tag even finding another kill here. Kind of makes this one
Enemy remaining.
feel a lot safer to flood sight. Go for a bit of a pre-take. For allowing Job Life to really set up. I already noticed ultimate is there, but the purchase will come through regardless for Job Life. Going to throw rifles in the mix. Nothing available for Dynasty just yet.
Stonesy's ult does scare me after seeing how good he's been playing already, but if he brings it in this round, doesn't necessarily need to, but there it is. Already going to be the early warning and the early answer. Waddle's just been melted. Famsy's tucked on the side, actually getting away with a position, but it's Creamy to get the kill, but Famsy did get seen. Creamy playing backside. This, again, was a bit of an individual effort coming out from Stonesy. No one else to get the timing to be able to push up yet.
Cat has slipped up towards the entrance of B here. And Tag still holding on to this space, but we'll try and deal with the alarm bot here. Just off screen is Starzo probing further towards A. I think waiting for the right timing to deal with the alarm bot. But already, Dynasty are looking to reposition here. It's nice, fully out of A. Just Famsy and Creamy to try and hold it down now.
Creamy was tagged up early. Creamsy. It's Famsy and Creamy as a duo. He was tagged up earlier, and this rewalk towards A is perfect, actually, from Job Life. They've got a really nice read on it. It is only going to be Famsy on the backside of side. Check. Oh, big shot, though.
30
doesn't stick
left.
around too long. This kind of is very indicative they're heading this way. Wait for that support, call either the retake or sit on backside. See how you want to play this. Shin's cleared sight itself. They're still a bit paranoid. There could be presence, which is a fair assessment. That paranoia's come in. Famsy, diligent to clear hell. Kadabra did find Ticey, though. So Kadabra and Sivov turning the tail of this round, leaving just Tag in this. And oh, Kadabra with a shot like that. Hope is starting to look pretty dreary here for Dynasty.
Beautiful freeze from Job Life on the back of the spike tap.
Crime scene.
Just to bait Dynasty in, an extra body into that. Unfortunately, Paranoia amounts to very little. And Kado with a beautiful guard on that smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's a scary predicament to be in as well if you're Dynasty now. Second time out going to be burnt Finances are not looking good. They can get a little, but not a lot, Mike. Still, ults don't feel nearby. They can't really bank on that.
Unfortunately, Dynasty have just missed this first ult cycle altogether. Job Life basically putting them in a, well, Stonesy put them in a bit of a chokehold.
Oh, yeah.
In these opening rounds, unable to really bank on any bailouts, really.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's been the Stonesy show, but, man, 23-9. Pretty close.
As good as being.
Yeah, he's done very well here. But the others are now kind of scale up. You were noting that Starzo was the only one kind of breaking double digits. Okay, we've got Sivov up there now. We've got Cadaver up there now. You're starting to see a little bit more of that individual aspect coming out from the other players too, which is great. Well, unless you're a Dynasty fan, then less great. And I'm a bit worried because, again, I think it's something that Mini said, and we were obviously talking about it in the green room beforehand. What we liked about Dynasty was their aggression on defending sides when they were able to do that.
They played so confident. And like I said, I think there was probably an element
Right here.
to follow on from that. If anybody watched that game, they know what we're going to do, and you know they're going to adjust. It's going to be difficult to really take those same risks unless we're, 3 or 4 rounds to the good.
Yeah.
But it certainly is a shame to see them switch up now. Hello. Speaking of switching up,
Right
A little
here.
bit of a biff on long, that'll do it.
Excel Biffy.
The German fans around the world understanding maybe what that is.
No further probe here from Job Life. Starzo going to try and deal with util towards B, but actually a miss here. The alarm bot going to stay intact.
Okay. The issue is, I guess, that Tag financially...
Well, it's a stinger though.
And he was
really
quite good with it,
yeah?
Deploying drone.
Droning in the middle of Narnia.
That's a bold
Mid.
owl drone.
Starzo's like, there's nobody on B. There's nobody on B, I'm droning.
Oh. I mean, he's good with that stinger, man. Didn't expect the follow-up to be so close from Sivov, but now the C site's open, the rotations are there, because Starkzo can hear anything coming nearby, but they're taking the longer route through spawn. The plant's going to be in.
30 seconds
Sivov's only
left.
1 away from ult 2 at this point.
Tid.
He's got
Yeah,
someone-
Starzo's waiting to hear a sound cue. He's going to miss all 3 of these players passing, though. I've controlled the flank. Again, plant is open.
Well, they're so paranoid
Garage
about
as well.
this.
I think, yeah, they're reading into it, but Ticey's been spotted.
Oh, the timing on
That's
this.
the green light for Starzo.
Yeah, time to lurk up. Gets one, fades away, but I'm pretty sure he noted the omen. He saw the cape.
Yeah.
So he knows there's another near enough by. So Sivov can just keep playing for that spike. Though stun went in.
Ticey's got a smoke for this, though.
After the timing, Ticey
One enemy
gonna spread it out. Sivov's taken away Waddle, and Ticey has no opportunity really in this Starzo. Just outdoes him. 12 found, and Job Life in full comfort here. Looking locked
Match
in,
point.
looking solid, no matter the odds.
A chance to maybe rely on these smokes, but I think completely missing the timing on catching Starzo here.
One enemy remains.
Makes it all the more difficult. Waddle, unfortunately, completely caught off guard on sight. With 12 on the board for Job Life.
Again, got to say, Sivov and Starzo experienced in their own right? They've
Oh, for sure, yeah.
both played at exceptionally high points. And you see them left in the clutch as well. It's not like you're completely out of the crosshairs. Stonesy, yeah, was picked up earlier, but there's no rest for the wicked. There's Job Life right back to this pace, though. Quick, through Garage and Tag. He can't take on an army.
Looking to brute force the close here, Lauren.
Yeah, they don't want to leave anything to chance down. Quick turn of the flash, though, and Famsi desperate to do some damage, but can only find one, leaving just the last 2 alive. Ticey and Waddle having to walk back into a nightmare scenario. Ticey hungry to hunt down at least 1 kill. But he's done that. It's a couple more.
GP across here, maybe try and find some information. Might have just caught the push into spawn here, but Kada still gets the better of him.
Oh, and Waddle, it's not the gun you wanted to see. Gets a little upgrade, but there's a lot of problems here. A lot of angles to clear, and a lot of guns facing his way. Job Life
Attackers
looking
win.
sharp. 13-5, a comfortable close in the end. Yes, Dynasty did get a couple on that first half, but once Job Life kicked into gear, Mike, they looked near on untouchable.